I am Dr. Kirti Singh, Assistant Professor in School of Education, Vardhman Mahavir Open University. Once again, I welcome you in this online platform of lecture series. In the previous lecture, we talk about meaning of growth and development, what are the principles of growth and development. In this section, we will talk about the relationship between growth and development and what are the factors that influenced growth and development. Before going to start my lecture, once again I request you to kindly like and share my lecture and subscribe our channel VMOU Online. Dear learners, after going through the meaning of growth and development, now we are going to identify the relationship between two. The term growth is used in purely physical sense. It generally refers to an increase in size, length, height and weight. Changes in the quantitative aspects come into the domain of growth. Development implies overall changes in shape, form or structure resulting in improved working or functioning. It indicates the changes in the quality or character rather than in quantitative aspects. Growth is one of the part of development process. In a strict sense, development in its quantitative aspect is termed as growth. Development is a wider and comprehensive term. It refers to overall changes in the individual. Growth describes the changes which takes place in particular aspects of the body and behavior of an organism. Development describes the changes in the organism as a whole and does not list the changes in parts. Growth does not continue throughout life. It stops when maturity has been attained. Development is a continuous process. It goes from womb to tomb. It does not end with the attainment of maturity. The changes, however small they may be, continue throughout the lifespan of an individual. The changes produced by growth are the subject of measurement. They may be quantified. Development implies improvement in functioning and behavior and hence brings qualitative changes which are difficult to be measured directly. Hence, we can say that growth and development are processes common to all organisms, intimately linked with each other in time and space, but practically independent of each other. Both are, however, interrelated with genetic and environmental factors and modifications. We often observed that when raising children, there are many factors that will affect their growth and development. Here, it is also important to understand these factors to help the child to achieve a healthy growth and development. Being a teacher also, it is important to understand the factors which influence the growth and development of a child. There are so many factors influencing human growth and development. They are broadly categorized as internal and external. Let us try to give attention on these factors. Internal factors. All those factors which lie within the individual are called internal factors. These factors include hereditary factors, biological or constitutional factors, intelligence, and emotional factors. Let's take up hereditary factors first. The hereditary factors play their part at the time of conceptions in mother's womb. What is transferred to the offspring from its immediate parents in the form of genes and chromosomes at this time constitutes the hereditary contribution. All physical features of an individual like height, weight, color of the eyes and the skin, the characteristics of the hair are all decided by these hereditary influences. All the physical structure, nervous system and other things related to one's constitutional makeup, physical development are to a great extent decided by hereditary factors. Second, biological and constitutional factors. A child's constitutional makeup, somatic structure, physique, and body chemistry influenced his or her growth and development throughout life. This can be explained like this, that if a child who is physically weak or have internal deformities cannot be expected to achieve satisfactory results in terms of his normal physical growth and development. He or she usually suffers from illness which not only hampers physical growth but also affects his or her development in other spheres like mental, social and emotional development. Third factor is intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to learn, adjust and take right decision at right time. It plays an important role in the overall growth and development of child. It affects his or her social behavior, moral judgment and emotional growth. An intelligent person has control over his emotions and is found to carry on well with his personal and social adjustment. Thus, we see that physical, social, emotional, moral and language development of a child is greatly influenced and controlled by the level of his intelligence. Next one is emotional factors. Emotional factors, for example, emotional adjustability and maturity plays a crucial role in influencing a person's overall growth and development. A child who is found to be overwhelmed by negative emotions like fear, anger, jealousy and so on is adversely affected in his overall development. If a person cannot make a reasonable control over his or her emotions, he or she is sure to suffer in terms of his or her growth and development. Next one is social nature. A person's socialization helps him or her in achieving adjustment and advancement in other aspects of his growth and development. Now we move to external factors. The factors which are outside of an individual, means which are in his or her environment, are said to be the external factors which affect his growth and development. These factors begin their role of influencing the growth and development just immediately after a baby is conceived. This may include first, environment in the womb of the mother. What is available to the child for his nourishment in the mother's womb from the time of conception till his or her birth is quite important from the angle of his growth and development. A few factors are also associated with this period. These factors are: first, the physical and mental health of the mother during pregnancy. Second, single child or multiple children getting nourished in the womb. Third, the quality and quantity of a nutrition received by the embryo within the womb of the mother. Fourth, whether or not the embryo has been subjected to harmful radiation or rays. Next, what type of delivery a woman has, a normal, cesarean, forceps delivery or any other type of. Last but not least, any damage or accident to the baby in the womb. After the environment in the womb of the mother, next external factor which affects is environment available to a child after birth. Whatever child gets from different conditions forces his environment after birth influenced his or her growth and development in many ways, like accidents and incidents in life. The growth and development of an individual is greatly influenced by the good and bad incidents and accidents which he or she happens to meet in his lifetime. Sometimes a small injury or an incident may change the entire development course of his life. For example, if a child's nervous system is damaged in an accident, it will hamper his mental development and in turn it will affect his development in other spheres: social, emotional, moral and physical. the quality of physical environment, medical care and nourishment given to a child. A child's growth and development is also influenced by the quality of his or her physical environment and the medical care and nourishment available to him or her for his living and working. It may include open space, balanced diet, good living and working conditions. Also, proper medical care. Proper availability of these things help him to achieve the heights of growth and development. Last but not the least, what a child gets from this social and cultural environment plays an important role in his or her growth and development. What is considered normal varies greatly from one culture to the next. After the factors affecting growth and development, it's time to sum up this lecture. There are so many factors influenced human growth and development. We broadly categorized those factors in internal and external factors. All these factors must be known by a teacher. These factors affecting child's growth and development, and it can be divided in smaller aspects. Each factor must be known and taken into consideration. Together, our awareness and actions to provide the most ideal factors for child will determine their eventual growth and development. Dear learners, I hope this lecture helped you to understand comprehensively the concept of growth and development. But before leaving, once again I request you to please like and share this video and also subscribe our channel VMOU Online. Thanks and happy learning.